The white? Just the white? Here.
The skin. Oh, this
The white
tunica
Right.
albuga.
But he says white.
Tunica
And
albuginea.
it's surrounding spongy tissue and erectile body called.
Spongios.
So just this one is corpus cavernosum.
Corpus cavernosus.
And then the two together would be
Corpora spongiosum.
corpora cavernosa. And then that little tube there. What part? Spongy urethra,
Spongy urethra.
which is surrounded by a single corpus spongiosum. And if you follow that tissue distally, it forms this widened region called glans penis.
Try not to laugh.
This prostate, yeah.
Prostate gland.
All of this
Seminal.
seminal vesicle or seminal gland. Next to it, the tube, ductus deferens. This part of it, ampulla of ductus deferens. How about this tube here? Ureter.
Ureter.
And then starting right here, where the seminal gland duct meets up with the end of the ampulla of ductus deferens, they form a little tube that cuts through the prostate to right here. So that's ejaculatory duct. And then it empties into prostatic urethra. So I'm holding this model by the spermatic cord, and then the red bands on the outside here. Cremaster muscle,
Cremaster muscle.
which is derived from the oblique. I think it's internal oblique, but I can't remember for sure, but oblique. So when the testes descend, they take many structures with them, and the descent is very slow, very gradual. But nerves, lymphatics, blood vessels, ductus deferens, piece of peritoneum, musculature from oblique all goes down with it. So the oblique muscles is called cremaster. Skeletal or smooth? It's from the oblique.
Skeletal.
There is smooth muscle in the skin of the scrotum, in the dermis specifically, dartos. And then how about the serous membrane, the part of the peritoneum that comes down with the testis and surrounds it? Tunica vaginalis. So from superficial to deep, it's the epidermis, the dermis with the dartos, a layer of fascia, cremaster muscle, tunica vaginalis, and then you get to the testis, which is surrounded by the tunica albuginea. Not all of that can be seen here, though. This little pink gland right here,
The bulbourethra.
bulbourethral. This region of the penis, it is part of the root. Bulb. The bulb and what else together forms the root? The crura.
Crura.
So one crus on the left, one on the right, the bulb in the middle. All three structures are the root. And then at the end of the penis, the glands, and then everything between the root and the glands. Body or shaft, yeah. This part of the urethra right here.
The internal.
It's right where it goes through the urogenital diaphragm.
Urogenital urethra.
Also called urogenital membrane. Membranous urethra. And then the rest of it, spongy urethra. The muscle right here surrounding the bulb of the penis and part of the body. Bulbospongiosis. And then this muscle just to the side of it, it's got the crus of corpora cavernosa in there. Ischiocavernosus. So both names of those muscles tell you that they surround spongy tissue or cavernous tissue. So ischiocavernosus, bulbospongiosis. So this structure here. And then next to it, ampulla of ductus deferens. The blue, Pampiniform plexus. The red, so the gray is all fascia. And you can see cremaster right under the fascia. The tunica vaginalis would surround the testis. The visceral layer would surround the testis itself. The parietal layer would be outside of that. And then if we peeled away that visceral layer of tunica vaginalis, what would that white tissue be underneath? Tunica albuginea. All right. Good with that one. Take a new one. Thank you. So this structure again. Spermatic cord. And then those bands. That's cremaster, yeah. And this tube that's going up and around to the backside. That's all ductus deferens till it widens right here to form ampulla. And you can see the ampulla narrows, and then it joins with the duct from the seminal gland, and it forms that little duct there. Ejaculatory duct emptying into
Prostatic urethra.
Yeah. This structure here. Epididymis, yeah. And this structure here.
Testes.
Testis. And then in here again you can see ampulla of ductus deferens, an ejaculatory duct, and prostatic urethra. And all this muscle here, it's like a sheet of muscle and connective tissue. The membranous urethra goes through it. Urogenital diaphragm, pelvic floor. So anything below the pelvic floor is outside of the body cavity. It would be part of the external genitalia. And then you can see that muscle, that sleeve of muscle that surrounds the bulb of the penis again right here. What's that? Bulbospongiosis, and then right next to it, surrounding one of the corpora cavernosa, right in here, ischiocavernosus muscle. And this organ here.
The rectum.
Rectum, yeah. And this here?
The urinary bladder.
No.
Bladder's here.
Oh, okay. What goes above the bladder?
Sigmoid colon.
Oh.
You see it's twisting and turning, it's going down and it's emptying into the rectum. All right, do we have a female?